Well, it's the 6th of August 2021, and blimey, what a difference the dahlias are in a week. A good bit of rain today, which has certainly helped freshen them up. They had a watering on Tuesday. We've been through and we've knocked quite a few flower buds off them because some of the varieties were running too early. I'm hoping we haven't had too much rain today, which might have given us a few more problems in the wet patch that we have roughly at the bottom end of the field. That area there, to be precise. I've got the wrong footwear on actually for going over the field today, so I'm going to stay on the dry ground. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. We've got our spray chrysanths here. Little bit of colour just starting to show on those, and then in the front there's Korean and Rubellums. They got a good watering deliberately yesterday, and then I've had another soaking this afternoon. And then this is our trial plot for this year. Planted some of our dark leaf varieties again, though, just to fill some spaces up, but these were selected stock, if you like. A couple of really good plants last year of the likes of Hadrian Sunlight and Hadrian Sunset that we marked, and we've been propagating from those. All of these still need labelling up yet. So there we have John Sharp's Large Palm Seedling, a few varieties from Austria, and there we have the Kenora Valentine Sport coming away. I've got about 10 varieties of Fims in there and about 12 varieties of giant Decks growing. So hopefully the idea will be to cover some of these. I've only planted sort of 6 or 8 plants of some of the giants, just so we can flower them properly. The rest will be in the open this year. So they've all had a feed this week as well, like a liquid feed. This plot drains very freely. The ground was quite dry. And all of a sudden there's just loads of buds starting to appear, so we've got a lot of work on next week going through all of these. We've only got 6,500 plants to look after. 6,500 by, say, on average 7 or 8 stems per plant. I cannot do the maths, it's Friday afternoon. That's a lot of stems that might need disbudding. I've braved this patch because it's a little bit drier. Got the water lilies and collarettes on here, and to be honest, I'm surprised as to how many buds I'm actually seeing in front of me now, because we went through and knocked some of these back on Tuesday. I did some on Monday night, and there's loads there now. I need to go through and do a roguing of them, pull out anything that's very, very suspect, because we will get the odd one. That will be getting turfed out on Sunday when I'm back in. In fact, I'll actually turf it out now, come to think of it. They're looking lovely, in all honesty. Very, very happy with them. And our Centenary border's filling out quite nicely at the back there, with a nice bit of colour coming through on it. The Dahlia in flower down there is totally tangerine. And there's a lovely phlox beyond that, bright pink purple pink phlox border gem. Okay, so I've braved the bottom half of the field and I've come down to have a look. Medium decks here. I'm astounded by these at this stage of the year. Avoca Amanda and then Hillcrest Kismet grown behind there. I'm just really pleased with them. Lots of disc budding to get on with next week. That's BJ Beauty, a little bit shorter than it sometimes is, but you can see the buds developing in there that I need to get taken out. That'll soon come away. Like the Bar Galley Blush, Hillcrest Delight, and where the drop off just in the middle there, that's that wet patch. We don't thin these down at all. They're stopped at about 4 pairs of leaves and we just let all the breaks come. It's a time issue. Just don't have the resources to go around and thin them, which might be ideal to go down and thin them to maybe six stems per plant. Obviously you need to get around and raise the nets again. They were just done a couple of days ago, but to be honest, sometimes once the dahlias get really going, you can almost see a difference in them overnight. Yeah, bit of a weed problem. That's all going to get mown down next week. Some for cut flower, which again, some of those need knocking back. Yeah, get the grass cutter through the other beds. Did that one. Got a few to do, you can tell, but sometimes there's just far too much to do. And there you can see where 100 is starting to come into flower there now quite nicely. So just a quick walk to finish down the Centenary border. This is the south end of it, and with the Hydrangea paniculata reaching peak of flower in there. Some alliums coming away. The dahlias are starting to fill up. A lovely catalpa there, and then this is a new bit which I planted last night back in 1921 when the nursery was effectively founded. One of the first things we started growing was named varieties of delphiniums. So I've got 12 named varieties here from Blackmore and Langdon. Wished I'd been able to get around to plant them a bit earlier. In fact, wished I'd been able to get hold of them last year, so they were more substantial plants. There's a Achillea Lilac Beauty looking really nice there at the moment. Behind there we've got some Dahlia Giocondo. Cricosmia George Davidson. And Cotinus Royal Purple and Phlox Border Gem. Wish we had some plants of that available, but it's a variety. We planted this about a few years ago and we've not been actually taking any cuttings or not been of it, so sadly none available of it. Achillea terracotta. Sedum Autumn Joy, that was one of the first plants to go in here all those years ago. Sambucus Black Tower. So all starting to fill up. The Campanulas just about past it now, so I need to get that cut back a little bit. Then that'll allow the dahlias to come up freely behind. There's Dahlia Wested and Lillian there, really thickening up. Eucalyptus. Behind the campanula there's some Dahlia Blackjack that, if I'm not careful, are going to be smothered. Eryngium Big Blue. Agastache Licorice Blue. Sorbus Pink Pagoda there, covered in berries. Dahlia Barton, or Barton. It's a nice group of Verbena bonariensis there that have really come on since they were planted only about 3 weeks ago. A seedling dahlia that I thought, I don't know whether the flowers will be full enough, but the colours was really attractive and the foliage is quite good as well. Hypericum Hitcoat, and then Alstroemeria Indian Summer. So all of those plants and many more available within the sales area, and then imagine the colour when these are all out in a few weeks' time. Okay, so have a good weekend everybody.